I'm Natalie Standard, founder and franchisor of Casa de Corazon Intercultural Early Learning. Welcome to my podcast, Decades of Disruption. Here, I'll share my journey, the decades of stories and convictions that have driven my choice to not only contribute to, but also to disrupt the early childhood education industry. But these stories aren't only my own. I'll be joined by the people whose lives have been changed by what I've created and whose mere existence have been a constant source of inspiration to me too. If you're ready to challenge the status quo and build something truly unique and impactful, you're in the right place. Disruption has a purpose, and we're here to talk about it. Welcome to another episode of Decades of Disruption, where we question the status quo and speak our truth. Today's episode, Defying the Status Quo with Colten, features someone I know better than anyone, yet who always manages to surprise me. I think he's kind of a perfect fit for the theme of our podcast. Colten doesn't necessarily believe in following rules just because they exist, or in automatically respecting authority figures. When you enjoy Colten's respect, you know that you have earned it, and that makes it even more meaningful. Colten defies the status quo through his perspective on the world, his creativity, and his ability to stay true to himself, no matter what teachers, parents, or even his peers think. Today, we'll dive into how his passions like fashion design and his principles guide his life. To begin, I brought something that I think will connect him to a special part of his story. Colten, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have this conversation with you. But first, what does this photo represent to you?
This photo is of me and my cat Onyx. I do have another cat named Shadow now, but this is when we first got him. I was very excited. Basically, I was asking you for a cat for like forever, and I think cats are just like, I don't know, I just gravitate towards cats because they're just very like calm and like fun and inviting, and I've always just loved cats. I don't know, there's nothing like really deep about it.
Does it have any sort of reflection on how you see the world, like the way you relate to cats?
Not really. I don't know, I just like cats. They're just like cute. That's really it.
That's adorable. Okay, so some of our friends and family say that you have a unique way of seeing the world. Do you like being perceived that way, or is it just the result of being yourself?
Yeah, I would say it's just me being myself. I don't know. I've always been told that I've been a little unique or a little different, but it's not like I'm striving for that. It's just being myself, and if that's how people see it, that's how they see it.
That's awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about heritage. So we've spent your entire life, most of it in Minnesota, and you also spent significant amounts of time in Mexico with your family of origin down there while you were a child. What parts of that experience do you feel are most present in you still today? And is there something you still do that ties you to the Mexican side of your heritage?
I would say that I don't feel like I'm very tied to them as much, or like my family down there, just because we don't see them as much. There's a lot of times where we were there and they judged us because the culture is different, here than what it is down there. Like, we're on our phones, like, we're more like tied into like a social media, I guess, than they are. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really speak about them or really think about that side of my life because it's not really around anymore. Like, the only thing that's around is like you. That's like, you have your own like Spanish immersion daycares and stuff, and I go to your events and stuff, but that's really, I don't do anything that's like a part of that side for me, really. I don't feel much about that side, really.
Yeah, it's not really present for you today. Is there a memory you have of when you did used to spend time down there that you kind of cherish or think is meaningful?
Yeah, I would say just, sorry, I gotta stop saying, I would say that just us eating at the big table. You would, you were there sometimes. We just would all eat together, just have like tacos from down the street or something. And that was fun. Like everybody's always laughing, making jokes.
Yeah.
Just being themselves.
That was cool.
That was nice.
Till all hours of the night.
The main thing would be like the fireworks. I loved fireworks. I loved fireworks. We would always go get fireworks and then just put them in the street and light them off and just have fun with my cousins.
Awesome. No, that was super fun. So today, fast forward to where we're at today, fashion design is something you've become deeply passionate about. What is it about fashion that draws you in?
I would just say it's always just expressing myself because I found fashion by myself. There was never really like anybody that I looked up to. I just was starting to get told that I knew how to dress, and I was like, okay, I know how to dress. Like, I'm just going to keep being myself. It's just something that came naturally to me, really. And then I started caring more. Like you saw in middle school, I started caring more about like what I wore. I would put it on the floor, but the night before school, like making sure I knew what I was going to wear and stuff. So I just liked knowing that I had like something about me that I could look forward to for the next day, really. And ever since, I just fell more into fashion, and I would like have a bunch of creators that I show you all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, oh, look at this piece, or look at this person. Like, this is so cool.
It's so inspiring because it's just been like an innate part of you that you just have that creativity, and you use clothing and fashion as a way to express it. So
yeah, I would say also it kind of like rubbed off on our family. I mean, you like, I mean, look at what you're wearing. It's like,
you picked this out.
Yeah, it's like cool. Like you know how to dress as well too. I mean, anybody can really dress. It's just like, you just need either an influence or just to like care about it. Kylie too, like she knows, she has nice clothes as well.
Yeah, no, it's been fun having that influence from you and being able to bond over it together and hear your opinions on all that.
Yeah.
Super fun. So I'm super duper curious. If you could design something for any famous person to wear, who would it be, and what would you hope that design expressed?
So there's this guy named Lil Yachty. He's a rapper. Mm-hmm. Basically, he just has like this way of dressing that like he just wears unique pieces. So if I was able to make something like as unique for him to wear, then it would kind of give me like the peace of mind, like, okay, yeah, I made something different for somebody to wear. Because I don't really like normal fashion stuff. Like there's like a bunch of trends that people just follow, and I try to stay away from that because it's just like, I don't want to be put in that category of like, oh, I'm just making the same thing everybody else is making. I have to do something way different. Yeah. And I've always told you about that. Like I've struggled with just like thinking of a good idea, and it's just like hard to think of like a new piece of clothing. People do everything
that hasn't been done before.
Yeah. So making something for that, if he wore it, like I'd just be like, wow, like I made something very unique.
Because what he wears is unique.
Yeah, it's all like custom stuff, or like he puts like just weird stuff together that like you wouldn't think looks good, but he makes it look good. So it would just be like an honor, I guess.
That's awesome. Super cool. So I want to talk a little bit about your friendships, because I think that your approach to life has been both disruptive and also really authentic, really true to who you are. So I'm curious how you choose your friends. Do you gravitate towards people who also challenge the status quo, or do you look for something else in the people that you choose to be friends with?
I mean, I would say that like all my friends are literally from elementary school and middle school. I've been with the same friends. Like some people I'm not friends with anymore, but all the people that I have, we've just all grown into like adults. I don't know if there's like anything I really like saw like am looking for. It's just, I just made friends with those people. Yeah. And then we all have like the same mindset still. And we're all growing as adults. Like I talked to you about my friends, like how they change and doing like more adult things or like being more mature. Yeah. And I mean, I like my friends are super goofy. Yeah. I like that part too, but we just all develop at the same time, really. Yeah. We're just all like very level-headed, like when it comes to, is that the word? Level? Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to like, just like real things in life. Like we all have the same mindset about just like work, where we want to be in 5 years, how we like our work ethic, all that routine. We all like fall in line with each other.
That's super meaningful that you've been able to keep those friendships over so many years, where people change dramatically from elementary school to now. It's a lot of changes to go through together, but that's so awesome that you guys have stayed tight. What kind of a friend do you think you are?
Definitely a friend that's just always there. I'm always putting myself in like people's shoes and being like I'll go out of my way for my friends no matter what it is. I could be out in California, they're in Minnesota, and they actually need help. I'm coming to Minnesota. Like I'm gonna be there for them no matter what. Whether it's in person, over the phone, I'll just always go out of my way to do anything for them because they've done so much for me that like I've talked to them about, or like they don't even know, just like mentally and just like with my life. So it's like they've helped me, and I just want to be able to be there for them and help them whenever I can as well, because they've done way more than they could, way more than they should have for me in my life.
Amazing. So good. So I feel like you're someone who is very, very tied to your own principles, and that I really admire that about you, that you stick to them even when it's hard. Are you willing to share one or two of the principles that drive your life and your decisions, and how do you stay grounded in them when things push you in other directions?
What do you mean? Like principle?
Like values, like things that are important to you, things that you know in your heart of hearts and that you tie to when you're trying to make hard decisions.
Yeah, the main thing is just staying true to myself, just being who I am. I mean, you can see there's so many people. I've been around so many people that are not my friends, but are either like acquaintances of my, like friends of my friends or something.
Yeah.
And I can just see around different people, they're just like, they act a certain way around certain people. If this person's acting very like nice and stuff, they'll act nice. But if this person's having somehow they have a bad day as well. Like they're just tying themselves to who they're around. And it's very fake. I do not like fake at all.
Yep. That's one of the big ones.
So the main thing is just being who I am. And if you can't be who you are, then who are you really? And I don't know. That's just what I like. I just like being real. And if you're not real, you can't be around me. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for me to cut people out that are just doing weird things, acting certain ways around certain people. Like, what would you say? Like, am I like that around my friends? Like, I'm always the same.
Yeah, you're the same one with your friends, whether I'm in the car or in the room or I'm not, from what you've told me.
Literally, like, it doesn't matter, like, if, like, what am I trying to say? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I was just talking to Musa yesterday. It was my birthday, right?
Yeah.
Musa gave me a big card just telling me, like, no matter who I'm around, I'm always myself. I always have the same personality. Like he was just saying, like, I will never switch up for anybody. Yeah. I'm always going to be myself. And if you don't like that, then you're not meant to be around me, or I'm not meant for you either. So it's like, I'm just going to always stay true to myself, really.
So real. Yeah. No, that's so meaningful. Because then, again, people know that when they've earned your respect, they've earned it. When you're acting a certain way, that's who you truly are.
Yeah.
And I think that's an awesome way to be in life. So now I'm going to ask you to look back again on some memories of maybe experiences or things that have shifted in the trajectory of your life. Do you feel like there's any one particular memory or experience that really affected or influenced who you are today?
So I always think that there's not one certain thing that can change who you are. It's a bunch of things that tie together that have made you who you are. So I've just like changed like that mentality of, oh, I can fight anybody, I can do whatever I want, I can do whatever and I won't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because then I did get in trouble. But I think that all of that, just that main thing just made me just like change the way I see life. Like, how would you say like I changed? since then?
Oh, immensely. I mean, you've matured miles and miles in ways that I can't even describe. But I think, like, you can say the experience changed you, but really what changed you was your choice inside yourself to not continue down that path and to make healthier choices for your own future and to choose a conflict-free life with the friends and the people that you surround yourself with. And I just want to say that I'm really honored that you talk about it with me when things come up, and that we have the connected relationship that you feel like you can bring those things to me, and that you're not bringing me problems anymore. You're saying, hey, Mom, this thing came up and here's how I'm dealing with it. And I can handle this now in a better and more mature way. And I'm just so proud of you for that. But you did that work and you made those choices.
Yeah. I don't know. Another thing that I would say is just like going back to how life's just, sometimes it's hard now, is just because like when I don't accept people into the areas that I'm in, or just being my friend, they get mad at me.
Yeah.
And my friends are the people that are just like, oh, it's whatever. We can it's called, no, we can't solve it out.
Yeah.
There's always going to be that thing that happened.
Yeah.
Or they were mad at me because of this. Or like, I know how people can get, whether it's they're drunk or whether they just don't have an adult mindset. Yeah. And these people that are like going, like, that are like getting mad at me because I don't allow them to come to me and my friend's house, is because they're older than me. They're like 22.
Yeah.
Like, why you want to hang out with a bunch of 20 and 19-year-olds?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it, really. But
no, it's not an easy path to choose to not have that conflict in your life anymore and to choose a peaceful future. I mean, it's not easy. You have to have boundaries with people that aren't that easy to accept them. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that. That was a hugely life-changing thing, and you were really young when it happened, and you've come a long way since then.
Thank you.
So I'm curious what you think about so you and your sister Kylie are so different. Like, yeah, you could not be more different in terms of your personalities, the way you approach life and friendship and the world and careers and all the things. So despite the fact that you are so different, you also have this really special bond from growing up together and experiencing all of those things you experienced with her in childhood and all the way through till today. What's your favorite memory with Kylie?
I don't really have like a favorite memory. It's just that like I just love Kylie because she instilled like the always be there. She's just always there.
She's very
no matter
loyal.
what. Like we have like this literally like soul connection of like just like accepting who each other are, and just no matter what, she's always there. We've had so many problems with family, and she was just always just like there for me, asking like, are you okay? What do you want to do in this situation? How are we gonna like handle this? And like there's times that we've been through so much together.
Yeah.
Where you weren't even there. And like she just always helped me. And that's why I think that means more than like one fun memory, really.
Yeah. It's not really about one memory.
It's just life that we grew up together. Whether we're at Dad's house or at your house or anywhere else. Yeah. We were just always together. Yeah. It just made us like have a special bond. And the things I share with you, I share with her as well. Like, I don't care. Yeah. Like, you guys should know everything about me. So yeah, just that you guys know everything and that you're still accepting and stuff. That means more to me than anything, really.
Awesome. Yeah. She just has always been protective of you and just adores you and really values that special bond that you guys have as well. All right, so one more memories question, and it's going to be about school. So the straight and narrow path of the American school system has not always been your favorite. And you haven't always loved all of the teachers that you've had, but there have been one or two that you actually respected. And respect from Colten, like we said, is something that's earned. What did they do to earn your respect?
So the first person that I think I ever told you was like, oh, I like this teacher, was Mr. Sales.
Yeah.
You met him at like conferences and stuff. But I think back at it now, the only reason I really liked him is because I didn't really have to take tests, and he would just like always mark it like 75% or 80% for me. And
he believed it.
He wanted to sign me up for DECA and stuff like that. Like there was nobody else really in that class that he was like talking to like that. At least because when he would say it to me, he would say it in front of people. Like, and I never heard him say that to other people.
Yeah. He saw something special in you.
And like he wanted me to do like the business track and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like he was just a fun teacher and like always making jokes and stuff. So I guess it wasn't really like the schoolwork, but the second teacher was when I went to my alternative school after I got kicked out of high school, out of the Eden Prairie High School.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to Hennepin Tech through Gateway, I was still doing high school for like junior year, senior year. And then my senior year, I had like a year and a half of school that I had to finish.
Yeah.
And it was already like December or like November or something. And the teacher, my, what is it called? Like counselor?
Advisor?
No, not advisor. Like the girl that you go, or like the person that you go to and they tell you.
Guidance counselor?
Yeah. Basically, she told me that I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
And like finished school and I was like I left her office. Like literally I was like, bro, I know I'm going to be able to finish school. I didn't know how, but Mr. Scholl or like Shook or something.
Yeah.
He was my top one favorite teacher because he also believed in me, but he also was helping. So he was my science teacher. I finished all my science, and then I had like math was like the main thing that I like really like. I was like, how the hell am I gonna finish this? Like this is like too much. It's like I just don't like math. I used to love math, but then it's just like Z equals B. Like come on.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like that just makes no sense to me in my head. So yeah, I think that since he was my science teacher, he finished all my stuff with science. He was always sitting there with me and just like making sure I got it done. He's like, you're going to graduate this year. Basically just believe in me as well. And then the other thing was I had my math and I had like, literally I had a year and a half of math. And then I also had English, but English was really easy for me. It was just like poetry and stuff like that. So I finished that as well. But I told him like, my math teacher like sucks. She also was never there. Yeah. Like she had her own family stuff going on, which I get, but like the subs, they're not going to know as much as she's going to know. So I would just sit in Mr. Shook's class and he would just be like, oh, what are you working on? I'm like, oh, I'm working on math. And even though that wasn't his class, he's like, all right, bet, let's do it. Like he every test, every homework assignment, he was just sitting there with me. And he literally is why I graduated. Amazing. And when I was my last day of that school, like I just said to him, like, thank you for like helping. He didn't know it was going to be my last day. Like, I don't think anybody did. They probably thought I would still go there and like do extra classes. But I was just like, thank you for like helping me finish this. And then I just left. But that was like the only teacher I talked to that day. And was just, I went to my other classes as well, but I didn't say anything. They didn't really do much for me.
Yeah.
There's like, oh, if you need help, let me know.
Yeah. Right.
But like, Mr. Shook was like, I see you need help. Like, I'm gonna fix this for you. Like, you're literally gonna be. Like, he just saw that I would be able to do it.
Mm-hmm. He took initiative.
Yeah.
To get you to the finish line, and that was one of my most proud moments of you as your mom. Is that nobody in administration at either of those schools believed that you were going to graduate on time, if at all.
Yeah.
And you got it done.
I graduated high school a month and a half or 2 months early.
Yeah.
So I was just doing like whatever I wanted. I had a summer of like 5-6 months.
Yeah.
Which was like so crazy.
So awesome. So yes, thank you, Mr. Shook, for being an amazing teacher and mentoring Colten. But thank you, Colten, for doing the work to get that done in that short time period. And it's just such a great example of how when you set your mind to something, you achieve it.
Yeah.
I've seen that in you over and over and over.
Yeah. He's like the best teacher I've ever had. So
awesome. Cool. Well, speaking of setting your mind to things, I've noticed about you that you take care of your own health at a way higher level than most people your age or most Americans, period. So I'm curious what it is that helps you to prioritize that and stay committed to that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I would start by saying that I was always in sports. I mean, I was fat at a point, like I almost had diabetes. And you guys, like you and dad took initiative and were like, we literally need to like make sure our kid is healthy. And I got fat because it was on me. I was eating double lunches or triple lunches or my friend's lunch. Like, I don't know why I was eating that much, but it was just like, I just like to eat, I guess. And then you guys put me in all those sports. So I did sports for years. And then when I was done with sports, I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't want to get fat again. Yeah. Like that's always going to be in the back of my mind. Like I was fat before, like I could probably get there again if I don't do anything. So like I started working out, just like I did boxing for a bit. I did, just when I went to California for school, I would like work out and like lift weights and jump rope. And then this summer I kind of like stopped. But then I would say like 4 months ago, I was just having a conversation with some people that I work with and Musa, and just talking about consistency. And in the car, I was just thinking to myself, like, what am I consistent at right now? And I wasn't working out as much. I was working out, but I was like I fell into like just a little like rough patch of like being consistent. And I was like, what am I consistent at? Yeah. And then ever since then, for like the past like 3-4 months, right? Like I talked to you about it too. Just like I set things that I'm gonna be consistent at. So it's work, I'm consistent at now. Working out, I'm consistent at now. Making my bed, cleaning my room, cleaning like literally just like little thing, like making sure I'm actually brushing my teeth twice a day. Yeah. Showering twice a day. Yeah. Just like doing things that I need to be doing in order to become an adult, basically. Yeah.
Oh, and these are the habits that the most successful people in the world are going to tell you matter and make a shift in your life and make a difference. But yeah, that, having that pre-diabetic overweightness when you were a kid, I will blame that 100% on the foods that are available to kids in the public schools. Yeah. And I'll talk about that more in a different episode, but we got a handle on it. You got a handle on it. And yeah, now you have great health choices and great levels of activity in your adult life. And I just think that's really, really awesome.
Yeah. And another thing I want to say is that I also said this to you, like when I started like just talking to you about like what I need to do to be an adult is like, I want to like basically just be a man for my family. Yeah. I can't look like a little boy. I can't have like little boy things. Like I'm picking up my clothes off the ground as well. Like I just need to do like certain things for me to become an adult and like be like have these habits for when I have like a family. Like how are you going to raise a family if you don't have these habits and don't instill these habits on you? Because you're not going to be able to instill them on your kids or anything. Like if you have good habits, they're going to rub off on your family and stuff as well.
I love that.
I think that's like that's like another big thing for me.
100%. And that was going to be another one of my questions for you. You turned 20 yesterday. Like you literally, as of yesterday, you're no longer a teenager. So besides the things you just mentioned, what does it mean to you to be an adult? What is the difference?
I mean, age is really just a number. There's no really like difference once you turn. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that I'm not a teen. I told my friends like I'm not a teen anymore. Yeah. Yeah, just to be an adult is all the things that I'm trying to do right now. Yeah. Just having a consistent routine, having certain values of like just, I don't even know, just like the things that I'm doing, like the things I just said, is that's like being an adult to me. Yeah. Like just not being messy, really. That's really it. Yeah.
It's so impactful. It just, I mean, it shifts everything when you make a commitment to those things. Yeah. Okay, so sort of a deep one. If you could say something to the Colten from 5 years ago before things started going south in those hard years in high school, what would that be?
Not much, really. It would just be just keep being yourself, really.
Yeah.
I think that if I would have stayed more true to myself, because I think when I started going, like doing that bad stuff, I was basically putting up a front of, oh, I'm this hard guy. But that's not who I am, really. I tell my friends all the time, like, I'm just a sweet boy. That's literally it. Like,
sweet boy.
I don't have to do anything for anybody else or act a certain way for anybody else. If people try to create problems with me, I'm like, yo, I don't have a problem with you. Like, it's only on you, really. Yeah. There's nothing that I'm doing to put it out of my way to like have this problem with you.
Right.
So I just like think that I would just tell myself, like, stay true to yourself. Like, don't front for anybody.
Awesome. What about future Colten? What would you tell future Colten 5 years from now about the essence that you embody or something you wouldn't want him to forget?
Damn, like, you're cool as first of all. Like, I think I would just tell him, like, really that I'm just proud of you.
Yeah.
Because I know in the next couple of years I'm going to be doing like very big things. Just that I'm proud and that I'm glad that you got your straight. Because it made you who you are today.
Awesome. I love that so much. So thank you for your transparency and openness. I mean, this is just authentically who you are, right? You show up as your true self, like you said, in every situation, including this one. And I just really admire that about you. And I'm really grateful that you took the time to hang out with me a little bit on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
To our listeners, I hope that this episode inspired you to remain true to yourselves always and reminded you of the importance of that despite challenges. Being true to who you are is really the best thing that you can do in life. I hope Colten inspired that in all of you. See you on the next episode.